you don't want to miss out. That fear of missing out, that FOMO, I think it's real.
To have the
that
cool
FOMO
thing.
is real. Like you want to be part of the cool group, right? You want to be a cool kid.
I honestly think it's bigger. I think you just don't want to disappoint, right? Like your kids. If like everybody else's friends have it and your kid doesn't, like, are you going to feel bad?
You want to feel it's included in this bigger thing of like the social capital, right?
Yeah.
That's a big word.
That is a big word.
It's
Ooh,
social
look
capital.
at you.
I know. Look at me. Welcome to Three Little Fishes. We're three sisters who grew up in the Midwest together, but have since spread across the country. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm in Nashville.
And I live in Philadelphia. We are all married with children, have all had careers, but now we stay at home with our families.
Join us as we share secrets and stories about being women, wives, and mothers.
We welcome you to laugh along, learn something new, reach out, and join our conversation.
So let's jump in.
What's up, fishes?
What's up, fishes?
Good to see you girls. What's up?
I've been better, quite frankly. I feel like I am
Oh no.
I am just on survival mode. So lice has hit our house. So I've gotten through 51 years of my life. I've gotten through a 16-year-old never having lice. You know, we got through all of the TK, kindergarten, preschool, and 5th grade is what has brought us down for bringing home lice.
Oh no.
Sounds like a hairy situation.
So sorry to hear that.
Womp, womp.
Oh.
And honestly, I've learned more about lice in the last 48 hours than I care to ever know. My hair is pinned up, and I am in a deep dive of everything lice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like kind of bitter about it. It's a lot of work. It's expensive, and I'm not in a good mood.
I know. Do tell. I'm curious what happened.
It's a lot. I mean, I think it is a lot of work.
I'm going to laugh at you for a second. I think it's a lot of work. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. And I learned something else. You can't pre-treat for lice, really. Like, because I went to a specialty store, the hair fairies.
Yeah.
The hair wizards is what
Hair
it was.
wizards,
The one I did
okay.
here, the hair wizards. And I said, well, I found it because I wanted to pre-treat her because I was hearing all these cases in school and about lice, and I wanted to make sure she didn't get it. And the lady looked at me like, you can't pre-treat for a cold. You can't pre-treat for lice. You just
wait a minute. I always thought like if you use tea tree oil or rosemary shampoo, it would deter the lice from like attaching to your hair follicles. That is false.
You can use that kind of stuff, but it's not some magic fix that guarantees you'll never get lice. But what it did for me is that I realized as I was using the shampoo, it gets like really oily. The shampoo is really oily and you can really see in there. And when I was doing her hair, I saw a bug, and I'm like, I'm yelling for Tim in the other room. Tim. Then Johanna's like, wait, what? So I'm making Johanna upset because she's like, what is it? What is it?
Well, no one wants to think that you've got creepy crawlies in your hair.
Y'all, it was nasty. And then I was like, so I'm trying to treat her, and then it's the evening, and then I get her all squared away. And then I have Tim look at my hair to see if he can see anything. He's like, I think you're good. I think you're fine. Because I'm super itchy all of a sudden. And I don't know if it's psychosomatic or if there's something going on because she's a cuddler. She's in my bed all the time. So then a friend of mine said, try this hair wizard. And so I did. So I took her to the hair wizard, and then they
threw money at it. Smart.
I threw money at it. Yeah. And it's very expensive.
How expensive?
I threw money at it. And they checked me, and they're like, "Oh no, they didn't find a bug, but they found like nits." And I'm like, "Well, where's the bug?" And they're like, "It's probably in your bed."
Ew.
What? So I'm like, honestly, you guys, I don't do well with bugs. I don't do well with like germs, and I just feel like I've been rocking in my chair, and I've just been putting my head down and just doing it. So, we're treating ourselves. I'm like in a deep dive of cleaning the house.
But what did they do, Nancy, to your hair that they treated it?
So they put the stuff in the hair, and they get it all this treatment in your hair, and then they use the
like a fine-tooth
lice,
comb, right?
they use that like lice brush,
Yeah.
and they like go meticulously through your strands. I have a lot of hair. Johanna has a lot of hair, and you have to get all the nits that you can see.
One treatment was enough? Like it was?
No. And funny story. One treatment's not enough. So we went the other day, and now we have to go at the end of the week and get another treatment and spend another a bunch of money to make sure that there aren't any nits like left in your hair.
Well, how much is it, like roughly?
It's $75 just for the treatment of the hair. That doesn't include the extra shampoo that you need. I bought like spray moving forward as it, to put in her hair, like that smells like tea tree oil.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and then I got Riley out of school because he's got thick hair. And, he comes and cuddles with me. Like he sometimes like reads to Johanna. So I'm like, oh my gosh, does he have it too? So I took him down for a quick check, and he doesn't have it. Miraculously, he doesn't have it. But I'm treating his room just the same as everybody else.
But what are you supposed to do to your rooms?
You strip everything down. You wash everything in super hot water. You put it on a hot dryer for an hour. You vacuum everything really well. You can put some spray on it and vacuum really well. And you just should be vacuuming. I vacuum a lot anyway, but I'm going to have to even do it more. You vacuum every single day. And then for Johanna and I, we have to do our bedding like many days in a row until we do our next treatment and see like how the hair is to make sure.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this seems
that is a lot
crazy
of work
to me.
I thought that if a kid gets lice, you just treat it. But it's a cycle, right? Once the lice gets in your hair, it lays eggs, like 10 eggs a day in your hair.
Ew.
Like, think about that. That's a lot.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
I know.
It's disgusting.
I'm itchy over here. I'm like,
I know.
So
I'm going to start scratching my head.
So when you initially find it, you have to get the lice itself out, and then you have to get all the nits out, like the eggs. But then, so like when we went and got our hair done, they got all the nits that they could see, but there could be some still that haven't popped up yet from, already that haven't shown up.
So, my biggest struggle with lice is like, the good news is it doesn't spread disease. The bad news is there's all this stigma attached to it, and school doesn't keep you out. So it could be this like perpetual cycle of getting lice all the time because the school doesn't make you stay home and treat it.
I agree with you.
It's yucky.
Also learning from this, the problem is that people are embarrassed to report it. So we are having a big lice outbreak at our school right now. Yeah. And some parents have called the school being very upset because they've gone to a treatment place like the hair wizards, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're like the 5th person I've seen from this class."
And you're like, "What the heck?"
And you're like,
"Shoot me an email, let me know."
Yeah, so parents are calling the school, and when I talked to the nurse, she's like, "I would have sent a note, but they didn't tell us. We now know, and notes have gone out, but if people don't tell us." And then the other thing is people think, "Oh, if I just quickly shampoo their hair and get the nits out the first time," you have to really do at least 2 to 3, maybe sometimes 4 treatments.
Follow the directions.
Especially if it's over the counter. And then with the eggs, with the nits, it takes 2 weeks for them to hatch. Ew. So you have to make sure that you get all the bedding is washed and you keep washing it. Any fabric, you make sure that you clean and vacuum. Yeah. It's really about having to make sure you get all those eggs up so you don't have a repeat. They need human hair, but they get it because the kids lay on the carpet. They lay on blankets. Like,
right.
But like vacuuming is enough, Nancy?
Yeah. I mean, I think, yes, you just have to vacuum it up. They'll come right up. So the trick is you just have to kill the cycle. Yeah. So
but people need to report it so you can kill the cycle.
And you need to report it.
So that I find that is irresponsible and very annoying to me. It's expensive. So tell people. I mean,
it's ridiculous that I think schools made an error in changing the recommendation, because look at what happened to your family. And this happened in a matter of days. It just doesn't seem right that other person that you know affected your family and caused you to have to spend a bunch of money and worry, which is something that could have been prevented.
Yeah, I mean, we also like. I think we know where we got ours, and we've seen this person in and out of school.
Yeah.
It's like it happens. I just think we can't be ashamed when it happens. We have to tell people. And I'm also embarrassed. I'm coming out here talking about it. I'm horrified that at 51 years old, I got a bugs, and so did my 10-year-old. That I'm trying to like clean her head.
Well, I didn't.
And she's like,
I think Nancy.
I'm like, go to school, but don't hug anybody.
Yeah, no hugging.
Braids, slicked back hair, no hugging.
I think Nancy should not be embarrassed because when you told me this happened, I mean, it's very common.
So common. Like
6 to 12 million infestations happen a year. That's a lot. And that's why there are all these clinics that are out there making all this money off of people. But
anyway, I'm sorry that's happening. You will get to the end of this and you will not get Lyme's disease. Like imagine if you had like a tick infestation. Like this is easy peasy stuff. It's just a pain.
I want to tell you that your animals will not get the lice. They don't get it.
Kathy, I'm super happy that you told me that. And I wish I was able to talk to you yesterday because Mom called me as I was talking to her. I was giving her the update about what was happening. And she's like, well, Nancy, I would throw Loki and Coco in a bath. So Coco's our dog. Loki is our cat who is really mean. She can be mean. She's got claws. She hates water. I tried to give her a bath once and I thought I was going to be mean to death. I don't know if any of you guys remember that story. And I said, are the pets going to get lice? I don't even know how. I almost started crying.
No.
Like, how am I going to bathe Loki?
Animals don't get it.
Yeah. This is not the thing for Nancy to get because you are a germaphobe, borderline. Like,
well, I mean, I think all of us would be like this for sure. Have you told your friend that you got lice?
Friend is a bit strong. She's on my list right now. I mean, hopefully it stops with us, but it is what I've done my due diligence and I'm like, I'm sorry to report, but I did tell everybody I needed to. And I told her teacher right away because I wanted her to know. So
because you're responsible, unlike other people.
I actually really do have a real dilemma. Johanna is supposed to go to a sleepover this weekend. And I'm having a lot of anxiety about letting her go because as you know, it's expensive. It's a lot of work to get her all clean and clear. And I just am worried, not that she's going to go there and there's going to be a problem, but I'm having all sorts of anxiety. I don't want another flare up because I don't want to have to go through this again. So what would you do?
You mean you're not worried about giving lice to somebody else?
Well, and yes. And then maybe I am worried about that. Like, I mean, I think hopefully all the nits will be gone, but like, I don't know, like if somebody gets it, are they going to blame us? Like I'm having a lot of anxiety about this is so close to this outbreak for us of letting her go. And I'm less concerned about letting her go to the party, but I have a lot of anxiety about letting her spend the night. But this is her good friend. She's super excited about it. This mom knows.
She does know?
She's the one that actually recommended the hair wizards to me because they had an outbreak in kindergarten years ago. I
would leave it to the hair wizard, like the professional opinion of the woman that's treating you. If she thinks that Johanna's free and clear, then I would not have a problem sending her. But if there's a concern, then I would say no.
I mean, I would definitely make sure the mom knows, and I would definitely make sure hair is braided or slicked back in a bun and she keeps her hair up.
But Linda, they all
only because it's not her, it's maybe somebody who's at this party doesn't realize they have lice. So you don't want it to perpetuate. I think when you have an active outbreak, you have to be a little bit more proactive about stuff. So I kind of feel like I don't really want my kid like laying around with other people unless they really know that there's not lice in the house. It's not so much I think I'm going to bring it in. It's that you don't want to bring it back. I mean,
so I would be interested, what do our listeners think? If you were in my position, would you send her to a sleepover?
So yeah, I'm starting to itch a little bit. All this lice talk, we got to change the subject. I can't take it anymore. did you guys watch 911 Nashville, the spinoff? I did. My daughter and I were background in 2 scenes, and I watched it like with anticipation because I do really like the original show, 911. It was horrible. Ryan Murphy, I'm sorry. You should be ashamed that you put this on the air.
Oh,
One scene was in Centennial Park, which is amazing. There was like a child that got like carried away with the wind on a kite. That does not happen. That is
right.
ridiculous.
And that causes hysteria around people.
Yes. Like what? It was horrible. And bonus, I do think I saw myself in the crowd at the concert with King Brown, who is
cool.
adorable. But the rest of it I wasn't in. So, and
I wish you would have told us that you were in that part. I did look for you about like the bar cart. What was that called in the very beginning?
The pedal pub.
The pedal pub.
Like thought she was having a heart attack, but then burped and farted.
What?
I'm sorry. Who wrote this? You should be ashamed of yourself. That is not interesting.
So I kept pausing it to be like, am I seeing you guys? And this is so crazy. Is the show going to get better?
The dumbest thing ever. Are you even going to make another one? Like, this is the dumbest. And it's such a shame because Ryan Murphy, he did Glee, he did Nip Tuck, he did Monsters. He has like really good stuff out there. This is not one of them. I don't know that I'm going to watch it again.
Agree.
Sorry.
It wasn't good. Yeah.
Kathy, did you see it?
No.
Don't spend your time. Don't waste that 45 minutes of your life. Don't do it.
Well, I know.
Not even to see me in the crowd. Just don't do it.
Tim kept saying, are we really watching this? Are we really watching this? And I was like, well, I was trying to see if we saw Sarah and Linda. But
terrible. I was embarrassed for them. It was terrible.
Okay, you guys, today we are going to talk about the Craze Craze, why we love losing our minds together. But before we get into it, I just want to please remind you to rate, review, send us a comment, invite your favorite fishes to jump in and join our conversation. All right, y'all, let's jump in. Have you guys heard of Labubus? So have you guys heard of these Labubus?
No.
So Johanna came home talking about Labubus, and I had no idea what she's talking about.
Is it a toy? It's a toy.
It's a toy, but they're like these like keychain small little monsters that look ugly, and you can only get them online. Like you get them through like Pop Mart.
Okay.
And they're like a craze. Like everybody's looking for them. They're putting them on their backpacks, and they're impossible to find.
So celebrities have put them on their backpacks, right?
Yes.
I asked Carson about if he knew about a Labubus, and he said, Mom, LeBron James has one. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I asked my kids too. Like, I didn't know about it before you brought it up. And I asked my kids, and they were all like, yeah, duh, Mom. Of course we know about them. They're not asking for them, but they know about them. And I was like, I don't understand what this is, but it is all the rage.
Yes.
And they're expensive. They're like these little tiny 4-inch figurines that look like monster eyes. They have like monster eyes. They're Korean, I think.
And they have these huge smiles that are like jagged teeth. It's creepy.
With their teeth.
They're creepy.
They kind of remind me of like maybe what the monsters would look like on the Wild Things.
Where the Wild Things are. Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Where the Wild Things
Maurice
are.
Sendak. Yes.
Yeah. But it's not that. And I actually asked Johanna, like, if she could explain to me where the Labubus come from or what they are. She's like, I don't know. But she just looks at them as like an accessory piece.
Sure.
But this is what I've done. Like to get them, you have to register through Pop Mart because her birthday's coming up. The holidays are coming up. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll look into getting one for her. But you have to like register through Pop Mart, which is online. And then you have to click through. They're all out of stock. So you kind of click through and put up and what ones you want. And then if they become available, they'll notify you. And then it's like a game. You have to hop on and quickly get one. And some of them range from like $21 and some are like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
I think even more than that. It
I
can be
mean,
more than
does
that.
she want one? Is she saying like, I really want one of these?
So she's reminding me, like back in the day, like when I wanted a Cabbage Patch doll. Like
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily want one, but I wanted it. I wanted to be a
Yeah.
part of like what everybody was having.
Right,
Do you guys remember
right.
that craze?
Yes.
So I do remember the craze. I was in high school at the time, but I remember, so this is like the age gap thing, but like I do remember it being a big deal. And I remember people like waiting in line, and they would show, like the news even would go to like Toys R Us, which I don't even think exists anymore. And people would be in a queue waiting to get the like 30 dolls that were being delivered that day on the truck or whatever. So I think, but I was just kind of wondering, like, is she asking, like, this is the in thing right now that she really, really wants? Or because
Yeah,
I
like
feel
I was
like
on a
every generation kind of has like that thing that they really, really want as a child. And, strawberry shortcake and Cabbage Patch, and I don't know.
Like, do her
Anything
girlfriends
else.
have one, Nancy?
So yeah, they're showing up in classes. Like even some of the teachers, like I went on a field trip this past week and there was a teacher who
Where
had
you
a
got
Labubu
lice?
and all the kids are like, she has a Labubu. Like they all were
No.
so excited about it. And I was like, so then that's how I learned like the secret, I'm putting it in
Yeah.
quotes, of how you actually get these Labubus,
Yeah.
Right.
of
Pop Mart.
like how you can find them. And then
It's
you had
so
to be
much more
patient.
high tech
You
now
know-
than it used to be. Like back in the day, it was like you would have to dial the number to your friend, and you'd be like, Barbara, keep an eye out for the Cabbage Patch. Like, let me know if you see any. And then you
Right.
would be at the store, and everybody would divide and conquer.
Right.
And then they would call each other and be like, oh my gosh, I saw some. There's 4 left. Should you run over here to get them? Because they were too expensive for you to buy
Right.
4 and then like resell them.
Right.
But now
Right.
it's all like online, and it's so sophisticated.
I mean, I think the Cabbage Patch doll was the height of the craze was in 1983. So
Yeah.
I was a teenager, and
Too.
there were like riots in the shopping mall. I think that it was like Minneapolis. Like people were like literally stampeding, like having stampedes in the store to
Yeah.
try and get these Cabbage Patch dolls. So maybe now that Labubu's like are more online and things, so maybe you're not going to see,
We're not going to see
Like a
violence in the
riot,
streets over the
but-
Labubu toy.
but it's still.
But you guys also remember back in the day, like, I don't know if you guys were around, but I have a specific memory that Dad called Mom from the office and was like, I'm talking to a patient and I have heard so much about these Beanie Babies, Renee. You got to go get Beanie Babies. And then they gave us all Beanie Babies and they're like, here, you have a Beanie Baby. And I was like, what is this Beanie Baby? But even Dad, who doesn't collect anything, like would get on that. So what is that? Is that our need to feel like we want to connect with, the it thing?
I mean, you don't
Like,
want to
we
miss
all wanna
out.
feel like
That
we have
fear
a
of
piece
missing
of it.
out, that FOMO, I think it's real.
To
Like,
have the
that
cool
FOMO is
thing.
real. Like you want to have, like you want to be part of the cool group, right? You want to be a
I
cool
mean,
kid.
I honestly think it's bigger. I think you just don't want to disappoint, right? Like your kids. If like everybody else's friends have it and your kid doesn't,
Yeah.
like, are you going to feel bad?
We want to feel it's included in this bigger thing of like the social
Yeah.
capital, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a big word.
That is a big word.
It's
Woo,
social
look at
capital. I know. Look at me. But like even like I think about like with Linda, like and Kathy, you guys like were first on with the Yeti cup, or those became huge. The Yetis, right? Anything Yeti.
Yeah.
You guys all had them.
Well, my son was kind of into the Yetis, and I was like,
Yeah.
what's so great
Well,
about
because
the
they're
Yeti?
bear proof. Like I remember when I first heard about Yeti, the company, it was a cooler that was like bear proof, and that was their shtick. They had this like, big cooler, and you had to really lock it in. And if you were a hunter or you were an outdoors person, a bear could not open your stuff, which is always a
Oh.
concern when you're camping. And so I remember thinking that is so smart. These guys, whoever came up with this is so smart. And I feel that way with a bunch of different brands that I have. Like, I really like my Bomba socks.
Oh,
But
I
Linda,
like
you
those
don't
too.
really camp. So like
I know,
like
but
what
for
was
some
the draw
reason
for
that really
you?
registered with me. It's the marketing. It was so smart to me. I'm a marketer's dream. I say it over and over again. Like I get inundated with things and I'm constantly like, gosh, should I get this? I mean, this sounds so interesting and cutting edge.
So you love the Yeti. They got you in the marketing. Kathy,
Yeah.
they probably got Grace in the same way. So then why did you leave the Yeti to go to the Stanley? Because then the Stanley Cup was the big craze. So like
Yeah.
what made you want to go to the Stanley Cup?
I haven't gone to the
I think the
Stanley.
Stanley had like this ability to be in my cup holder better. Like when it first, like Stanley's been around forever, like Stanley flasks, they've been around forever. But then they sort of got into this like cooler cup thing. And yeah, I have a huge 60-ounce Stanley cup that I take everywhere and it can fit in my cup holder, which I love. But it
So-
has caused me to buy a straw cleaner and all the other things, the accoutrements that go with having something that is that big and that has a straw.
And Kathy, you haven't tried a Stanley. Do you still use your Yeti?
Yeah.
Or do you use the new thing? Because now there's a new water bottle.
Oh, voila.
The what?
So it doesn't have a straw. It's like you push this like lever and it's got this like sort of like built-in straw,
Yeah.
which I don't love, but it has multiple colors, so it's like very fun.
So do you have one?
My kids do. They got some from my puppy is
So, Linda,
attacking me.
She gets
So,
everything
Kathy-
new. She gets everything new.
Right. So like let me ask you
They
this,
got
Kathy.
gifts
Do you
for
think
graduation. Yeah.
do you think that she gets it because of social media? Like social media, like, puts all this like hype on it, all this like gasoline on it, like, makes it shiny and new and light. And then it fizzles out to something new, right?
Yeah, I think she gets bored and then she'll be like, "Oh, this looks cool." So she'll try it.
Totally. I 100% get bored and I want to try the new thing and see if I like it. And these are not big price points. Like for me, $30 for something isn't the end of the world. And if I end up using it for a long time, like I've had my Stanley for probably 3 years, I adore it. I take it to Canada. I bring it home. I take it everywhere. I love it. And I got some Yetis like personalized and I took those up to Canada at the cabin for mom and dad so they could have them. I am a marketer's dream. Like the Bomba socks I love, but the reason I bought them was because they give money to people who don't have shoes. So
Yeah,
for
I
every,
like that.
pair
I
of
like those socks
that
as
you
well.
buy, they give you like, it's brilliant marketing that like totally taps into somebody like me. Like I love it.
You are a marketer's dream.
I'm a marketer's dream. It's ridiculous. I get on the bandwagon.
I think I like the Yeti because I know it's good quality. Like this is one thing I can say about myself. I do like to buy good quality. I don't like usually cheap out on like the cheap version of something because I know good quality will last longer. So I'm like, okay, I'll pay more for it because of that. So I think that's why I've always liked Yeti. And it does stay cool as well. Not only keeping
I feel
bears
the same
out,
way.
but like it does. Yeah, I think it does a good job. And I like it now that they have like different, you can personalize it. They come in different colors. And we have like Yeti coolers for the boats and
Do you also feel like you're keeping up? Like you like it you feel like it's a good product, but also like people notice it. Like I notice when people have a Yeti or they have a Stanley and they have paid a higher price point for it, for this like more of an elite product. Do you ever think about that you're buying an elite product and people will notice?
There is like a placebo effect, I think, when you are shopping.
if you know it's expensive.
If you think it's priced higher because it's better, you kind of give more value to it than if it was priced less expensive. I mean, I think I have done with like cups, I've done that comparison, is sometimes that is true and sometimes it's not true. So you have to just be willing to make the investment, I think. But there is like a psychological thing about like high
I think that
quality
there is. Like,
items.
I notice if I like am buying like something that's not expensive, like a shirt or something that I got at Target, compared to, oh, I know that I spent some money on this and I go out in it.
Yeah.
Like, I do feel like I put my shoulders back a little bit more if I feel like I'm wearing a nicer piece of something other than like something off the Target rack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you
I mean,
guys?
I think so too. You know, it's funny you say that about the Target piece because I feel like I always ruin my expensive clothes and I never hurt my $20 t shirt. Like, literally. I don't know what it is, but my husband yells at me all the time. He's like, "What did you do?" If I'm like, you know,
Don't worry
trying to
about
take
it.
care of it and then I destroy it somehow. But
Peter, there's nothing to see here. Don't you worry about it. This is just an old thing from Target. It was on the clearance rack.
yeah.
No worries. All right, you guys. So I think that the takeaway is that we all, we're all just trying to, like, I feel like it's all about kind of connection. Like, you kind of want to feel
Yeah.
part of what everybody's talking about or what everybody has, right? We are always looking for this need to connect, even sometimes losing our minds over how to connect.
Or just not be left out. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm sure you guys have this too. Like I have a couple of friends that are just tapped in somehow, and I'll see them and I'll be like, "Oh, so what are you going to get your kids for Christmas?" Or, "Hey." And they just kind of know the next thing and I'll be like, "Hmm, and where do you find that?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to not be left out. It's good to be included. It's that fear of missing out, but then also like just the vibe of, having a commonality is very
Social
motivating.
capital. There's that big word again.
The social capital. That's why we're actually doing our podcast for connectivity. We're trying to connect with all of you and ourselves
That's right.
too. But,
Yeah.
we all need to connect and keep connecting. So, along with this connection, we definitely wanted to get everybody moving. So, we came up with Move It Fishes, which is, your 20 minutes a day, which I hope you all are doing. And we definitely want to hear about it. So, please
Yes.
email
Let
us
know.
at 3lfpod@gmail.com. So, give us a shout. I also wanted to share with you some 5 exercises that I think could be helpful for people in the morning that are sore. I've been having some muscle strain in my back. And so I found this site that is 5 simple exercises you can do in the morning, and we'll post them on the site as well. But they're arm circles, a torso twist, some leg swings, and some side stretches. And then there's a hip exercise as well, which is what I think my
That sounds
problem
like
is.
a great way to start
So,
the day.
yeah, it's like quick exercise you only do
Yeah.
for like about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That can help
Each
get
exercise
everybody
for 30 seconds.
yeah, to get everybody moving, because I know there are a lot of people in the morning that are stiff and tight, and it really helps. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not a big stretcher, I never have been, so this is hard for me, but it's helping. So that's why I'm sharing.
Good. I like it.
All right, Nancy, it's your week for dinner. What do we have?
Dinner was supposed to be my idea this week. And as we all have learned from the top of this podcast, my week has
The
really gone
lice
sideways.
invasion.
And lice. Lice.
Lice
And I am
invasion.
honestly, you guys, I'm not doing well. I'm completely spent. I'm just being honest. I emotionally and physically am tapped out. And I realize that this is a small little blurb in my life, but like it has taken its toll on me. So I am just going to dial it in this week, which I hardly ever do. But one of my guilty pleasures that I love when I feel stressed is Shake Shack. So I'm going to DoorDash it this week. So maybe you guys can give yourself permission to like lean in with me and DoorDash your favorite food and just give yourself a break and just indulge. And sometimes
It's okay.
We need to just
Yeah.
treat ourselves, and it's okay to say, I'm going to just dial it in.
Yeah, you're
I think that's okay. I love Shake
You're
Shack.
going to be okay, Nancy. The lice will go away. All is going to be okay.
I know. Maybe I should mention lice a few more times, and I'm
You
sure
are
Mom and Dad
okay.
will be like, sure, sign us up to come visit.
Yeah, you better get that handled. Well, we want to thank you for listening to our podcast and letting us sisters jump into your day. Please make sure to follow, rate, and review us. We'd love to have your feedback. Please also share our podcast with your other little fishes so we can grow. Please have a wonderful weekend. Sisters out.